The great thing about squatting is that you don't need weights. But if you want to have the effect of the Smith machine or going all the way down, you can just hold on to a bar or a chair if you're at home. And you can use just by holding on and going all the way down to the floor. As long as you're squeezing and you're affecting glutes by bringing tension to it, you don't actually need weight. If you are trying to firm up, you want to do about 30 reps when you're not having weight. If you are trying to build, I do recommend you use weight unless you're a beginner, because if you're a beginner, any amount of squatting will start the building process, but eventually you will have to add some kind of resistance. So in this case, you want to do 3 sets of as many as you can. Now, who can beat or ever undo the importance of a regular squat? Whether you're doing squats with free barbell or Smith machine, make sure you incorporate some squats into your workout. You want to concentrate on the glutes. Make sure you press your heel in the floor and go down as far as possible. Don't just flop down. Make sure you feel it going down, feel it going up. And with all these exercises, even if I have not mentioned it, make sure you do a minimum of 2 sets. If you're trying to build, do like 10 reps or 8 to 10. That means the weight has to be very heavy so that you can feel it by the 8th rep. If you want to lean and get, lean out and get ripped or just tone it up, make sure you do about 25. Now, if you want to blast that booty, always do use some plyometrics. And the great thing about this move is that it also works the latissimus dorsi. Because every time you pull up, you're not just using your arms to place, your hands to place there. You're actually pulling up. Now with this one, you're going to really feel this one. You want to make sure that the bench is placed directly under the bar. And you want to plant your feet where when you bend your knees, your knee does not go over your toe. The same form, whether you have your foot on the bench or your foot on the floor. Always try to make sure your knee does not go over your toe. And so you're really digging deep into this one. That's why we put our foot onto the bench so that we can get more extension, more depth. And then when you go down, you're going to really feel that one. Okay, so here is a split squat, and you want to put the top portion of your foot on the bench. Make sure you're aware of where that is, and you want to make sure your your toe is in front of you to the point where your knee won't go over your toe when you go into the floor. Go straight down into the floor, not forward. That's the good thing about the Smith machine. It's almost foul-proof. Okay, and then when you're ready to be on your own, you can go without the Smith machine. But I do the Smith machine regardless. I switch it up. But in this case, this is a split squat with the Smith machine. I don't have any weight on it. So I did about 15 reps per leg, and I did about 3 sets each side. And you're going to really feel this one. You go into the floor and you come up. Making sure, again and again and again, I say that your heel is planted in the floor so you can affect the glutes. You're going to feel this in your quadriceps. You're going to feel this in your hamstrings. And you will see results with this exercise. So do about 3 sets on each side and about 15 reps. Okay, so this is leg day, booty and leg day, glutes and legs. And here I'm using the Smith machine to do a lunge. Just a static lunge. It's not a alternating lunge or a lunge where you come back up into position. So you just go static and you go down and you go up. Making sure you put the tension on the heel so you can work the glutes. Because when the tension is on the heel, it really affects the glutes nicely. And you want to set your plate weights. Here I think I had none. I go up from no weights all the way up until maybe 10 on each side, and then switch legs without taking the tension off. So usually I do about 3 sets on each side, each leg, for anywhere from 10 to 15, all the way up to 25. It just depends on how strong I feel that day, how energetic, if my muscles are sore, tight, whatever. But just make sure you do at least minimum 2 sets on each side, anywhere from 10 reps all the way up. So here is a ball, I would say a sit-up. And, you know, this takes a lot of muscle stability to lift yourself up without someone holding your feet. So you can give this a try. If not, you can have a partner hold your feet. But the object of it is to keep the ball over your head as much as possible while lifting up. You will use your abdomen when you do that. The more you have the ball stabilized without going in different planes of motion, the more you work your abdominals. Alright, so this one here, this is external rotation. And in order to work your obliques, you definitely need external rotation. Not necessarily when you're, you know how sometimes we have our dumbbells on the side and we go to the floor and come up and go to the floor. Side bends. Side bends work more of the back also when you do side bends, as well as the obliques. But when you're doing external and internal rotation, that really focuses on the obliques. So this is basically a cable wood chopper, and you want to use your abdominals, well, mostly your obliques, to lift that weight up. And you will work some of the shoulders as well. And this is a variation of that wood chopper, cable wood chopper. This one is going down. So you want to set your cable attachment up, and you want to go down to the floor. It's still rotation, but it's internal rotation this time.